Hello everyone. I hope you all had a Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday in 2024, and I hope you're having a Happy New Year in 2025. In this video, I will be showing all of the train-related items that I got for Christmas of 2024. And stay tuned, because at the end of the video, I will show the HO scale diesel locomotive that I got for Christmas of 2024. So please don't fast forward or skip ahead in this video. We'll see everything together, and we'll see the diesel locomotive at the end. So, the first item that we're looking at here is this DVD by Green Frog Productions called Chicago Odyssey Volume 1. This is the front side, and this is the back side. And we'll go back to the front right here. And it consists of clips that were filmed by the late Emery Goulash, who was a railroad historian and rail fan, who has produced lots of films over the years in the transition era, mainly from the 1950s to the 1970s. That's when he did a lot of his filming. And in Chicago Odyssey Volume 1, it covers a lot of the railroading in Chicago and the greater Chicago tri-state area of Illinois, Indiana, and Wisconsin during the 1950s and 1960s. Many railroads are featured here, including the Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy, the Santa Fe, Illinois Central, North Shore, Grand Trunk, and the Erie Lackawanna, to name a few. That's just a few of the railroads that are featured here, because Chicago is the train capital of the United States. So plenty of railroading action here during the 1950s and 1960s. It's all color footage. The narration in it is okay. It's not the best narration ever in a video production about trains and railroading, but it's not the worst either. All the footage is in color, and it also has sound, which for the most part is synchronized. So the footage is actually fantastic for its time. So you get to see some really historic action right here in and around Chicago during the 1950s and 1960s from a wide variety of railroads that served that area. This is a 2 DVD set, by the way. So now we'll look at the next train-related item that I got for Christmas of 2024. We'll take a look at that right now. This issue of Model Railroader magazine. This is the January 2025 issue. And here's the front. Here's the back. And back to the front again. So in this issue of Model Railroader magazine, there are several different types of articles here. There's an article about an HO scale layout that takes place in Ohio. There's also an article about an N scale layout that takes place in Colorado. There's an article about how to weather a tank car in HO scale. And there's also an article about how Rod Stewart moved his iconic HO scale layout out of LA and over to his new home in London. And those are just a few of the articles that are covered here. There are several more, and they did a great job with it. So now we'll move on to the next set of items that I got for Christmas of 2024, which we'll take a look at right now. So even though that I'm not trying to make a political statement here on my channel, I did receive some Trump train related items for Christmas of 2024. That was the year in which the presidential election took place and Trump won that election. So I did receive some Trump train related items for Christmas of that year. What we have here are 3 HO scale billboards with Trump related messages on them, as well as this Trump train whistle. The whistle does work. You can blow into it and it sounds like this. And there it is. So now we'll move on to the next set of items that I got for Christmas of 2024, which is this Lionel Hallmark ornament set. This is the small version of the Lionel New York Central 221 steam locomotive and blue observation car. So Lionel made this as an O-gauge model in the 1940s, and in 2021, Hallmark made the large versions of this locomotive and passenger car, and in 2024 they made the small version of it. So it consists of the locomotive and tender. Here's the locomotive. The wheels turn, but the side rods do not. And here's the tender. So this locomotive was based on a New York Central Hudson, but it has a 2/6/4 wheel arrangement where the Hudsons have 4/6/4 wheel arrangements. And here is the passenger car. It's an observation car. And it's a very nice piece. So now we'll look at the next set of items that I got for Christmas of 2024. We'll take a look at that right now. I also received this Hallmark ornament set from 1992. This is a fictional train. It's all made out of metal, and it's called the Christmas Skyline train. It comes in 4 separate boxes, one for each part of the set. It consists of a steam locomotive with a tender, as well as a cattle car and a caboose. So we'll take a look at the locomotive first, up close. And here's the tender. Here's the cattle car. The doors do open. And here is the caboose. So now that we saw that, we'll take a look at the next set that I got for Christmas of 2024. We'll take a look at that right now. I received this Hallmark ornament set as well. This was the large set of Hallmark Lionel ornaments that was released in 2024, and it consists of a Union Pacific EMD SD70 ACE diesel locomotive, a container flat car that's in Union Pacific with 2 Lionel Lines containers on it, as well as a Union Pacific coal hopper. So we'll take a look at the locomotive first, up close. And here's the container flat car. And this is fictional, this container flat car, because Union Pacific doesn't have their own container flat cars, and Lionel doesn't have shipping containers of their own yet. Although I do have to say, this is actually quite a nice idea, to be honest. Wouldn't that be cool if Lionel actually had their own shipping containers where they could ship their model trains in? I think that would be a really cool idea if they could do that in the real world. But still a very detailed piece nonetheless. And here's the coal hopper, which has a coal load in it that's molded right into the body of the hopper. And there it is, all 3 pieces again. So this concludes this part of this year's post-Christmas update video, and now we'll move to the model train section of it. Okay, so here we are in the model train section of this year's post-Christmas update video, and the first few things that we're looking at here are 3 HO scale automobiles that I got. The first one on the left here is a 1960s Chevy Impala. I'm guessing it's a 1962. And it actually has an opening hood. In fact, I can open it up. And you can see the motor inside. There's the rear. It's a really nice piece. It's a die-cast piece. These are all die-cast cars. This right here is an Oldsmobile 442, 1970 or so. Also a very nice looking car. And right here, I also got this 1962 Ford Thunderbird, which is a very nice piece as well. So in addition to the 3 cars, I also got this building, which is a hardware store or supply type building. And behind all of that, I also got this HO scale tank car. This is a GATX 20,000 gallon tank car. This is made by Athearn, and it's from their Genesis line. So it's a top-notch quality model from Athearn. And this car, some of the features that it has on it that are quite noteworthy and interesting are that the roller bearing caps actually animate. You might not be able to see it very well in the video when they will move. And also, the couplers on it are the shelf couplers. So they have these little tabs on top, and that's to keep it so that when the car goes up and down grades, that it won't break apart. It helps to reduce or eliminate the ability for coupler breakage. So it's some really nice attention to detail right there on this car, and it's a very nice piece from Athearn. So now that I've showed you this tank car and the building and the 3 new automobiles that I acquired for Christmas of 2024, we'll take a look at the diesel locomotive that I got for Christmas of 2024, and we'll take a look at that right now. And here it is. This is the Missouri Pacific Heritage Unit. This is a Union Pacific EMD SD70 ACE, and this model is an MTH model from their HO line, and it has the ProSound 3.0 electronics, and it has the same features as the other SD70 ACEs from MTH, and the same sound set as the Union Pacific SD70 ACEs that they made in the 2000s. So now, I will get it started up right now. So this concludes this year's post-Christmas update video. Thank you very much for watching. Special thanks goes to my current Patreon supporters. Your names are listed here. And stay tuned, because for the next 12 months or so, I have some exciting videos planned that I'll be uploading here on my channel. So thank you very much for watching. Take care.